You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Tuesday evening, race fans. Back in the saddle again, ready for another awesome night of racing. Unfortunately, this week, the only night that we will have anything to cover. The Wednesday series on a short hiatus. Thursday series also on hiatus. These guys have 3 races left. This and 2 more. We didn't get to race last week. Technical snafu. And that kept us from being on the track. So they're going to make it up this week and then add a week to their season. I've got my 4, my 5, my 9 already down. I have, once again, decided to take 7 as the over-under. Make sure that you get that in, folks. If you are going to play over-under with us, pick the number of cautions you think we'll have overall for the evening. There's 2 30-lap races. They'll qualify, they will race, then they will invert and race again. So 2 30-lap features tonight. We're going to do it as a practice qualifying B main, A main. Having a little fun. I am horsing around with some stuff. This is really loud. I just want to see if this works. I want to see if I can keep that a little low in the background for a minute. I'm testing out a new theory, folks. You get to be my guinea pigs. Can you guys hear that? Might be too loud. That might be better. These guys are practicing starts and restarts because it's going to get a little tricky here. Got 17 drivers in here tonight. This should be a pretty exciting race. I mean, you're at North Wilkesboro. It's going to be good. We're about to get a new version of this track. It's going to have the lights, the new surface. So, is it too loud, Jane? Is it overpowering me? Because I can't tell because it's coming into my headphones and I have my headphones adjusted out. I always do these tests with my good buddy Reed Folis. Music in the background, and then he sends me a text message about, hey, I saw you played my song again. I'm just watching some new paints here. I'm looking at that 57 car that's rolling around out there. I mean, he's supposed to be in the 8, but it says 57 on the door. He got into the other 57 of Barry Hines. When I'm just sitting doing pre-race stuff, I want to have a little bit of audio in the background, and so I'm just testing this out. Looks like a lot of cars are very loose right now. DJ Oxford back for the first time in a while. The 22 car. Guys, get your over-unders in. You're running out of time. As soon as the pace car rolls off for that B main, over-under choices will be gone. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, or 6, 8, and 10, and then anything above 10. Still open. Have the cups. I can show you guys. Win that. If you win over under, that's what you win right there. They're ready for me to pick them up. I just have not gone and done it yet. Marvin Turnmeyer sponsor list this week. In the 16 car, we're just seeing him with some kind of auto parts on his. He crashed enough. He ran all the auto parts stores out of parts, and they said, "Well, you know, we can't give you anything, so you got to take our decals off." I don't really know. Said his trading paints died, so we're going to give him benefit of the doubt. Put your earmuffs away. Well, okay. Not sure I understand that, but okay. It's not cold. It can't be cold. Although this weekend it was rather chilly every day at the lake. Oh, contact there. Matt Eddy and Marvin Turnmeyer. And it rained every single day I was at the lake. And that did not make me very excited. I knew for certain it was going to rain because I stopped and washed my truck on the way to the lake. So I absolutely made sure it rained at the lake last weekend. Hope everybody did have a good Memorial Day. Hope you remember why we celebrate Memorial Day. Paid homage to those that deserve it. We're going to race tonight. And we'll be off until next Monday, and then it'll be Monday and Tuesday next week, the following week. And then it'll only be Mondays for a few weeks after that. A bunch of announcements happened over the weekend. Dirt Slingers announced their Jason Johnson Memorial. I think it's the 7th annual Jason Johnson Memorial on June the 23rd for the 410 Sprint Car Group over at Dirt Slingers. And then a special one-off deal with the Digital Sim Sports Network, and Scott King Designs going to host the Milwaukee Mile 100 in July, about a month prior to their real Milwaukee Mile race up there at the fairgrounds, and give away a pair of tickets to that event for the winner. There'll be stipulations. They have to use it. They have to use the tickets to accept them. Dylan Connor on track for the qualifying session. 2:30 lap races tonight. Make sure your over and under is in before that pace car rolls off for the first 30 lap feature this evening. Otherwise, you will be out of luck. Austin DeMoore, 1879, fastest. Throckmorton, second quick. Here comes Connor on his first lap. Where does he go to? Time to register. Of course, he goes right to the top. 1864. It looks like he's one and done. Let's go watch Jimmy Jones, new driver in the series. Oh, he got that down on the flat. He's not going to enjoy this lap much. He's going to have to try again. Lap 1 for Jones. 16th quick. Yeah, that bounce off the apron down there in 3 and 4 did nothing to help his speed whatsoever. Watch him on lap number 2. Brian Hacker, a 3-digit car in here tonight. He'll have the number 2 on the side of that car, but he will not be qualifying this evening. Second lap for Jones moves him to 11th, 18-9 and 1. So Connor and then Pete Dillon second quick. He just a little bit off, about a 10th off. DeMoore, Throckmorton, Herzog, the top 5. Herzog shows in the 8. On the track, that car will be the 57. So everybody that's qualified, the boys will go through their driver's meeting. I think we do the redraw here, so I need to mute my microphone if I can. Oh, are we playing that game for real? Okay, now let's see if we can play a different game. Yeah, let's see if we can play a little different game. Get down here. We're getting ready for that Lucky 7 redraw.
All right, we got our BF Hammers Lucky 7 redraw ready to go. In case you're new to this, we have our top 7 drivers. They are put on to random.org in the list generator. We hit the randomize button 3 times. However, it comes up after the 3rd one is how the top 7 will start. Everybody else will be where they qualified. It is a double feature night, so the top 7 for the 2nd feature will be 100% of a 7-car flip, and it should automatically do that for us for the 2nd feature. So randomize number 1, randomize number 2, and randomize number 3. We'll put the 91 and the 7 on the front row. Row 2 will be the 57 and the 07. Row 3 will be the 88 and 16. And in 7th, our BF Hammers Lucky 7 redraw. Welcome back, Mr. Throckmorton. You got the Lucky 7, so you'll start 7th. All right, I'm going to take a picture. We'll have a quick driver's meeting, and we'll get back to it.
All right, you heard it, folks. They put them in that order, and I'll tell you what, these boys in this first one, well, they're going to be doing a whole lots of chasing. We'll see if Pete Dillon decides to crank the wick up. It's only 30 laps. See if he decides to crank the wick up, try to get out in front early. Matt Eddy probably going to come up there pretty quick. I'm sure Marvin Turnmeyer will make a run towards the front. So out of that top 7, we might see a little bit of aggressive driving from about 4 guys. Just trying to get up there and dethrone the guy in the 91. It's hard to do. It just is difficult to do. He's really good. He's really good at managing the pace of the race. When he's out front, he's hard to beat. He makes very few mistakes. Wait, what? A 100 messages from the same person because they couldn't complete a thought. Who watched all 3 races on Sunday? Don't raise your hand. Type it in the type it in the chat. Me. Don't care where you're watching from. YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, Facebook. Type it in. If you watched the Monaco GP, the Indy 500, and the Coke 600. I definitely watched a portion of all 3. I didn't watch every lap of all 3. I watched a portion of all 3. Tiny Dancer. We are just waiting for them to come out of their driver's meeting. The first of 2 30-lap features. We already have the redraw on everybody in the top 7. Werdeman was 8th, then Oxford and Addison in the 5th row, Jones and Westendorf, McNulty and Brunner, Baldwin and Hines, and then Hacker will tag the back as the new guy. But that front 7. A couple of these guys can do the work. They just have to not to get aggressive and spin the car out. It's easy to do. You get throttled down a little early. This is the old configuration of this track with the old surface. So grip is not at a premium. Jay Church. Over-unders, guys, if you're getting them in, you better hurry up. They are going to put the grid out there, and as soon as that pace car rolls away, over-under is shut down. 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 10 in the top 10 numbers are available. If you want to go 11 or higher, just say what your lap count is, or what your caution count is, I mean. 30-lap feature, then that finishing order, top 7 will get inverted, and we'll reline them and do it again. I think you score points in every race. It's going to get exciting for the last couple weeks. The usual suspects in here. All right, let's get ready. Let's go down here. Let's look at the starting grid. We know that Dylan Connor stays where he's at. Pete Dillon stays where he's at. Mark Herzog will move from that 5th starting spot up to the 3rd starting spot. Austin DeMore will slide over into the 4th spot. Matt Eddy is going to move up a row. He'll start inside row number 3 next to Marvin Turnmeyer. And then Joey Throckmorton in the 66 will move down into row number 4 on the inside. That'll shift Matt Eddy over. Werdeman will be right there. Then Oxford and Addison in row 5. Jones and Westendorf in row 6. West, McNulty and Brunner, row 7. Baldwin and Hines in row 8. And again, Throckmorton joining the back of the field. So they'll get that all sorted out right here. We'll get up to the front. Looks like everybody is already fixed up and where they're supposed to be. The lights are going to go off on She heard me say Tiny Dancer, huh? All right. Pace cars getting out of the way of the first of 2 30-lap A mains. We're going to total them up, Adam, so you never know. Couple in this one, couple in the second one. You could be a winner finally. And a green flag in the air for the first of 2 30-lap A mains. Pete Dillon wanting to put the pressure on the 91 right away. He's going to race him hard, I guarantee it. He is going to make him work to get clear, and it might be right there with that wiggle. Now he's going to have his hands full because that puts Connor out front. Herzog up to 3rd. He's not quite clear of DeMore. Now he is coming off of turn number 2. Caution for the first time. Let's go drone cam it, and we'll watch the 17. He's going to be in it for sure. Oh, yeah, Westendorf got a little help on the bumper from the 46. Brunner right there. And a good job by Jimmy Jones getting slowed down. So caution number 1 comes and goes on lap number 3. Pulling for Pete, huh? All right. The Victory Vinnies in the Pete Dillon camp. We got to come up with a name for them then. Adam Vinny being contrary to everything as usual. Adam, if Tiny Dancer was out here, would you cheer for him? It's a question that the whole world wants answered. Adam doesn't know who he wants to. He's going to pick them all, then he cannot lose. I know what's going to happen here. He's going to go right down the list. Adam is over on YouTube, and he is just he's picked 2 drivers already that he's behind. All right, pace car in. We're back in the restart zone, and we're back at it again.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution! Once again, this one was so quick. We got a green flag right here. And then we immediately had another incident. 92 car is going to be in it, but I don't think... Oh, my, that happened way up front. Let's try that again. Let's get on a different car. I got a car picked out for this. I want to see what happens from behind the 7. Oh, he got jacked up from behind, got into Matt Eddy. Matt Eddy's going to get pummeled. Okay. I saw the 07 go sideways. Lumber Dude Dancer. Oh, my gosh. A pink tutu. A big old beard. Giant sunglasses. I mean, the poor man's Elton John. Now the Lumber Dude Dancer. I don't know, man. That's not going to... that is an ugly visual. Thank you for that, Jay. I appreciate it. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I can't get that image out of my head. That's terrible. I'm gonna make a meme for that and post it on my page. That is yeah. Tiny Lumber Dude Dancer. You know, Scott, he's still here. Caution number 2 came out on the same lap. So caution laps aren't counting in this one, and we are going to, we're hopefully not going to stack up the cautions. Bright green rims, that's what I'm talking about. If you ain't got the green hoops, you going slow. I'd say I'm sorry, Scotty, but I got to tell you for sure.
All right, man.
I didn't start it.
On the pace car, we're not going green this time. We are not going green.
All right, we're extending the caution. I think we're trying to get a couple of guys back out. There goes Addison. And I'm not sure. Throckmorton looks like he is trying to come out. Put the car in gear. I saw that. Tomorrow's race. What are you racing tomorrow? I don't have anything scheduled. I haven't heard a word from those guys, but I don't have anything scheduled. Is there a race tomorrow night, Adam? Oh, yeah, there's one more race tomorrow night, huh? Tomorrow night's the season finale, isn't it?
Green, green, green.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm watching the wrong car. Here we go on the restart. I was watching to see if Throckmorton was coming back out. I don't know why. Good restart. Front 2, they're just going to stay side by side. I am trying to get Austin DeMore in here. Oh, my, yeah, he got a little bump from behind. I think he got a little free. He went up the hill, and he is stuck all the way up there at the very top of this racetrack, and he is just going backwards like he dropped an anchor. And Austin DeMore all the way back to 14th now is going to try to get that 7 car back in line. I think he may have some toe-out problems. It looks like he is just fighting the nose of that thing. Maybe that right front looks a little, definitely looks a little cambered up, but it also looks like it might be towed out a little bit. That may be the problem. Dylan Connor up front, still side by side with Pete Dillon, and Dillon trying to get off of turn number 4 clean and not give up that spot, and he couldn't get it done. No crossover. Herzog is right there. Now Dylan goes to the bottom. And Dylan Connor gonna fight like Pete Dillon did off of the top side. Maybe Pete Dillon can get out in front here. He can control the pace of this thing. They're going to fight side by side, and that is going to heat up the tires on both of those cars. The right front is really sensitive. Not a lot of room. Pete Dillon now surges ahead. He's clear by a car length. And caution behind EJ Oxford. In a bind in the 22 car. Already damage on the right front of that from previous incident. You can see the fender all pushed in. Oh! Well, didn't look personal, but it did look like it hurt. Caution number 3, 9 laps in. Championship night. Yeah, you guys are at, is it Kansas? Is that where you are, Adam? So Addison's back on pit road trying to get some more damage fixed to his. DeMore is in there trying to get the front end of that car fixed. Caution laps not counting, so they will not lose any laps. Jeff Werdeman is on pit road. Man, there's a bunch of cars in here. DJ Oxford's car, I think session number 1 is going to be over for him because that car is barbecuing. Oh, Kansas. Haven't been there in a minute for a race. I do remember the trucks usually race good there. It's like another drafting track. So we are 9 laps into the first of 2 30-lap features. Pete Dillon, Dylan Connor, Mark Herzog, Brian Hacker, and JT McNulty are the top 5 right now. And Hacker from the back, hard charger, and a rookie coming to the front. Turnmeyer, Jones, Brunner, Westendorf, Hines, the top 10. Baldwin and Werdeman, 11 and 12. Everybody else is off track. That's Eddie, Oxford, Addison, DeMore, and Throckmorton. Well, it's expected. But, you know, in racing, you can never be sure of anything. So, all you can do is go out there and give it your best. Pace car's about to get out of the way. We're going to restart with 21 laps to go.
Green flag.
Into the restart zone. Dylan Connor going to fight like gangbusters once again. Side by side, 2 rows deep. Top 5 have broken away from everybody else at the moment. Pete Dillon's getting the better of this right now. Took him a couple of laps to easy for me to say. To clear Dylan Connor. The last time he got up here. Now he clears him in turn 4, and Herzog is trying to put the 57 car alongside. Connor's having none of it. Drove it in deep, got it down on the flat. Pete Dillon up the hill just a little bit, but he got a good run off. And he is going to be able to hold back the 91, at least for the time being. Here comes the 16 of Marvin Turnmeyer. Working into the 4th spot. He is right along the rookie. Newcomer, Hacker, in the 2 car. Contact. I think both cars got a little loose out of 2, and Hacker trying to keep it out of the fence. Come down just a tiny bit. cleared completely as we got a battle for the lead again. Pete Dillon up the hill. Dylan Connor right alongside. Pete Dillon with a good run on the top side through 1 and 2. He didn't lose an inch. That inside line is just so much shorter and so much easier. You can let the car roll a little bit longer, not lose any ground. Just a lot more free of grip, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Coming off the corner, so you can't get in the throttle too early, but Dylan Connor doing a good job. He's starting to get the advantage. About half a car clear now. Oh, that time Pete Dillon with a big slide off of turn number 2. And that'll do that. Oh, we got in there high, almost got in the back bumper. Caution in behind. I'll tell you what, we've had a couple of crashes. And we put it on the 17 car, the camera, but we're not going to this time. Oh, no. He checked up and got hit from behind. The two guys in front of him got into each other. And Jones tried to check up, and he just got a little punty punt from behind. Bold prediction. Well, bold prediction, you're pretty safe on a big fat limb if you said you got the championship pretty much in hand by showing up. I don't think anybody can make enough points to get there, can they? Daytona in the rear view. Connor, Dillon, Herzog, Turnmeyer, Hacker, Brunner, Hines, Westendorf, Werdeman, McNulty. And then Baldwin and Jones, who were involved in that spin a few minutes ago. Matt Eddy out in 13th, it looks like. DJ Oxford still smoking a rack of ribs there in the 22 on pit road. Addison is back on track, but he is multiple laps down, like 9 laps down now. I don't think anybody can make it. You'd have to finish like 30th, and everybody else would, somebody, you know, whoever's right behind you, and I forget who that is now, they'd have to probably win and lead every lap and all that other good stuff. I took a peek at those points the other night. The third place finish you salvaged at Daytona really didn't hurt you any. So we're going to re-rack them. We're going to have 13 laps to go. That was caution number 4. Pace car with the lights off, ready to get out of the way. Pete Dillon
Green.
trying to get back alongside the 91. Just wants to ease out in front of him. And the 91 knows he needs to go really, really strong right here. They're side by side, the front 2 rows.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution behind. That's the 30 of JT McNulty. He was in the top 10. This is off a 2 down the backstretch. He's going to loop this car around down here in 3 and 4. Oh, that was some net code. We can go back and watch that again. We can watch this from here, and I guarantee you there is enough room to drive a truck between these 2 cars. And he just goes around. That may be one of the worst cases of netcode I've seen in a while. So we go past caution number 4 on to caution number 5, and we are sitting on lap number 18. Well, they were trying to do what they needed to keep you at bay. How's that? So we keep slowing it down just a little bit here as we get to the end. I don't think anybody's pitting. There's no need. Fuel and tires should be fine. Yeah, that's what I thought. We could have probably parked another car in between the two of them. I'm glad nobody tried, but it looked like somebody did. And I have not checked in a while. I don't know what pings and qualities have been looking like lately. I know there for a while they were having a problem at the server farm. Somebody kept hitting them with DDoS attacks, but I think they got that figured out. Mark Herzog. Haven't seen him here in a little while, and he's up here running the top 3. New guy, Brian Hacker, in that 2 car. Did not get to qualify, had to start 17th. And he is running in the top 5 right now, so. I remember the last 2 car in this series, he won some races. Got up there and challenged the 91, the 7, the 88 on a nightly basis. Maybe number 2 in this series is 12 to go. Coming out of caution number 5.
Green flag, green flag.
And the green flag back in the air. Side by side again at the front. We may see this for a few laps here. Second row side by side at Herzog and Turnmeyer almost had contact out of turn number 2 there. Pete Dillon, half a car he's got to make up. I don't think he's going to get it.